Welcome to Level Up Life. I am Alex, and sitting right here with me is Jamie, who claims to be energized, but usually yawns within the first 5 minutes.
I do not yawn that much. Hi, everyone. Today we are talking about motivation and why it is so hard to keep it going.
Motivation feels like that friend who says they are committed but cancels half the time. One day, you feel unstoppable. The next day, getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain.
And that is normal. If you think something is wrong with you because your motivation changes, you are not alone and you are not broken. Motivation is not constant. It rises and falls like the weather.
The problem is, people expect themselves to feel motivated every single day. That is like expecting perfect sunshine all year.
So today we break down what motivation really is, why it disappears, and how you can bring it back without magic tricks.
Let us begin with the big question. Why does motivation disappear so easy?
For me, it is overwhelm. If something feels too big, my brain freezes. A project, a long assignment, a week full of tasks, my brain says, no thank you.
I get that. Another reason is that people set goals without knowing why they want them. They say, I want good grades or I want to get fit, but they never ask themselves the real reason behind it.
And if your reason is weak, your motivation will collapse the moment things get difficult. This is why knowing your why matters so much.
What is your why for studying?
My why is simple. I want future me to have options. I do not want to limit my own choices because I ignored what needed to be done. Now.
That is solid. My why for staying active is mental clarity. When I move my body, my mind works better. I feel calmer and more confident.
So if someone listening feels unmotivated, they should ask themselves, why do I want this goal? And the reason must matter to you, not anyone else.
Great point. Now let us get into practical strategies. My favorite one is making the goal tiny. Ridiculously tiny.
I love this. If you say, I will study for 2 hours, your brain panics. But if you say, I will study for 10 minutes, your brain goes, all right, we can do that.
Getting started is the hardest part. Once you start, you usually keep going.
And this is the part most people never realize. Motivation does not start action. Action starts motivation.
Yes, if you wait to feel motivated, you will never begin. Motivation comes after the first step.
Another trick I use is the start, continue, finish method. Start means open the work. Continue means do a little bit. Finish means clean up or organize what you did.
That is perfect. Your brain just needs the starting point.
Timers help too, not to pressure you, just to give your brain a clear block of time.
Let us talk about environment, because environment is a game changer.
Huge game changer. If my room is messy, my motivation drops instantly. Physical clutter becomes mental clutter.
When I clean my desk, I feel like a new person. And if my phone is far away, I can finally focus.
If my phone is next to me, I will check it every 2 minutes, even if nothing is happening.
Same. A tiny distraction resets your focus and you lose momentum.
This is why putting your phone in another room is such a powerful hack.
And routines are part of your environment too. If you study at the same time every day, your brain accepts it as normal.
Like brushing your teeth, you do not need motivation for it. Your brain knows it is part of your day.
Exactly. Build habits so motivation becomes a bonus instead of something you rely on.
Now let us talk about slump days. Everyone has them. Those days where you feel slow or unproductive.
Yes, and the mistake people make is thinking a slump means failure. It does not.
Slumps usually happen because you need rest. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are stressed. Maybe you've pushed yourself too hard.
You are not lazy. You are overwhelmed.
One thing that helps is checking your basics. Have you slept enough? Have you eaten? Have you taken breaks?
For me, slumps happen when I push too long without pausing.
Same. Sometimes the answer is a short rest. not giving up completely. Short break, then come back.
I like something you always say. Change the channel.
Yes, if I cannot do one task, I switch to another productive one. Clean something, organize something, write a list. Any small productivity can restart the brain.
That is smart. It keeps the energy flowing. We are jumping right back into the conversation. We just talked about slumps and how switching tasks can keep your energy moving. Now, I want to talk about long-term motivation because short bursts are easy. Consistency is the challenge.
Absolutely. Anyone can be motivated for one day. The real skill is staying motivated for weeks or months. And to do that, you need systems, not hope, not luck. Systems.
Motivation fades. Systems stay. One thing that keeps me consistent is tracking my progress. Even tiny progress.
Same. Some people think progress tracking is boring, but it is actually one of the strongest motivation boosters. When you see your progress, you want to continue.
Exactly. If you write down even one small win each day, it starts to build a positive pattern in your mind. You start believing, I am someone who follows through.
I like to keep a simple list. Nothing fancy. I write what I planned, what I did, how I felt. When I look back, I can see patterns. Like when I work at night, I get tired. Or when I take a walk before studying, I focus better.
That is powerful. Awareness is a secret tool for motivation. Most people repeat the same mistakes because they never pay attention to what actually works for them.
Another long-term strategy is rewarding yourself. Not huge rewards, just small ones. A show, a snack, a break. Something that gives your brain a reason to keep trying.
Rewards train your brain. They teach your mind. Productivity feels good.
Exactly, but people often go too extreme. Like, I will study for 6 hours and then I will give myself a reward. No, your brain stops caring, make it smaller. Study for 30 minutes. Reward. Repeat.
Short cycles are more effective than giant ones. Your brain needs quick feedback.
Let us move into something deeper. Mindset. How you talk to yourself matters more than any strategy. If you say, I always fail, or I am not disciplined, or I am lazy, you train your brain to believe that.
Yes, negativity drains motivation fast. Your brain listens to you. So if you speak with discouragement, your motivation weakens.
People think they need to be harsh on themselves to improve. But the truth is, kindness makes you grow faster.
If you talk to yourself the way you would talk to a good friend, you become more resilient, more consistent, and way more motivated.
Let us talk about discipline because people confuse it with motivation. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is action. Motivation says, I feel like doing this. Discipline says, I will do it anyway.
Yes. If motivation is the spark, discipline is the engine. Discipline is built slowly. Repeat small actions. Stay patient. Do not quit after one bad day.
People think discipline is strict or harsh. But actually, discipline can be gentle. Discipline is giving yourself structure, not punishment.
You can be disciplined without being negative. For example, instead of saying, I must do this, or I am a failure, you say, this is important to me. So I will take one step today.
That shift makes a huge difference. It turns pressure into purpose.
Let us talk about an underrated part of motivation. Your social circle. The people around you shape your energy more than you realize.
Yes, if everyone around you is unmotivated, negative, or constantly complaining, you start slipping into the same mindset.
Energy spreads. Motivation spreads. Habits spread.
I notice that when I hang out with people who have goals, dreams, plans, I start leveling up naturally. I feel inspired, not forced.
Same. Surrounding yourself with motivated people is like sitting next to a warm fire. You feel the heat without effort. But sitting next to negativity is like sitting in the cold. You freeze.
You do not need perfect people, just people who try, people who encourage you, people who value growth.
Let us shift a bit. We talked about productivity and discipline. Now I want to talk about emotional motivation, because emotions control our energy more than tasks do.
Yes, when your emotions are heavy, your motivation collapses. Comparing yourself to others is like comparing a book to a movie. They're not the same medium. They are not meant to follow the same path. Focus on your lane, your progress, your path.
Let us slow down for a moment and ask a useful question. What does motivation feel like? Not the excitement at the beginning, but the real, steady motivation.
To me, steady motivation feels like clarity. It feels like knowing my direction, even if the pace is slow.
To me, steady motivation feels like purpose. It feels like walking forward, not running, just walking.
I like that. Motivation is not supposed to feel extreme. It can feel calm.
Yes, people think motivation has to feel like fireworks, but real motivation feels like a candle. Small, steady, reliable.
That is such a good metaphor.
Thank you. I am proud of that one.
So, if you listening feel like your motivation is not dramatic, that is okay. You only need a small flame, not a big explosion.
Let us move into another underrated thing: breaking the perfection mindset. Perfectionism kills motivation faster than anything.
Absolutely. People say, I cannot start because it will not be perfect. And then they never start.
Starting messy is better than not starting. Progress beats perfection.
Every masterpiece begins as a rough draft. Every habit begins small. Every goal begins clumsy.
Small forward movement is always better than perfect planning without action.
Yes.
Now, we are reached to the final stretch. We covered a lot so far. Short-term motivation, long-term motivation, environment, mindset. But I want to go deeper into something that almost no one talks about: identity.
Yes. Identity is huge. Your identity is the story you believe about yourself, and your story controls your actions. If you say, I am not a motivated person, your brain will follow that identity. If you say, I am someone who keeps trying, your brain will follow that identity too.
Identity is like the invisible program running in the background. If the program says, this is who you are, your actions match the program.
So, if you want more motivation, start shifting your identity in small ways. Say, I am someone who takes small steps. I am someone who tries. I am someone who shows up.
When you change how you see yourself, motivation becomes easier, because now your actions match your identity, not your mood.
Speaking of mood, let us talk about something that many people struggle with: expectation pressure, trying to be perfect, trying to meet every goal, trying not to disappoint anyone.
Yes, expectation pressure is heavy. When you try to win at everything, you get tired. You lose motivation because you are not chasing your goals. You are trying to avoid failure.
And avoiding failure is exhausting. It drains your energy. It makes every task feel scary.
A great mindset shift is focus on growth, not perfection. Focus on learning, not performing.
Exactly. When the goal is to grow, you feel lighter. You feel more free. You feel more motivated because you do not have to be perfect. You just have to continue.
Another topic we should cover is rest. Not lazy rest, healthy rest. Rest that actually supports motivation.
Yes, some people rest by scrolling for hours, but that is not real rest. That is distraction.
Real rest is doing something that restores your energy. It could be walking, stretching, listening to calm music, talking to someone, sitting quietly, breathing, doing a hobby.
If you choose the right kind of rest, your motivation comes back instead of disappearing.
Something else. People misunderstand consistency. They think consistency means doing the same thing every single day. But real consistency means returning after setbacks, returning after breaks, returning after hard days.
That is beautiful. Consistency is not being perfect. Consistency is coming back again and again, no matter how many times you fall.
Right? And coming back creates motivation because you start trusting yourself. You start saying, I can return. I can continue. I do not quit easily.
Trust builds motivation. When you trust yourself, you feel stronger, more capable, more confident.
We should also talk about planning. Planning reduces stress. And when stress goes down, motivation goes up.
Planning does not mean filling 20 pages with notes. Planning can be simple. What will I do today? When will I do it? How long will I do it?
Simple planning prevents overwhelm. Overwhelm is one of the biggest motivation killers.
Yes, and planning creates clarity. Clarity creates energy. Energy creates motivation.
Now, there is something important we need to say. You are not supposed to feel motivated all the time. No one does. Not even the most successful people.
Exactly. Motivation is temporary, but meaning is lasting. Purpose is lasting. Identity is lasting.
When motivation fades, purpose carries you. Discipline carries you. Habits carry you.
And when motivation returns, it feels like a bonus, like a tailwind behind you.
Before we finish, let us go through a quick list of realistic motivation boosters for anyone listening.
Yes, let us break them down. Simple, clear, doable.
First, make the first step tiny.
Second, know your why, your personal reason.
Third, create a supportive environment. Clear desk, phone away. Good lighting.
Fourth, use short cycles. Work, then reward. Repeat.
Fifth, be kind to yourself. Your brain responds better to kindness than punishment.
Sixth, surround yourself with people who try, people who want to grow, people who support you.
Seventh plan, the day. Keep it simple. Keep it doable.
Eighth, do not compare yourself. Your journey is your own. Ninth, remember that consistency means returning, not perfection. 10th, rest in a way that restores your mind, not drains it.
If you use even 3 of these, you will feel a real change. Not all at once, but slowly, steadily. And that is enough.
Motivation grows from small wins. Small wins grow from small actions.
You do not need to be fast. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to continue.
Before we wrap up, I want to say one thing to anyone listening who feels stuck. You are not failing, you are learning. This moment is a step, not the end.
I love that every step counts, even the small ones, even the messy ones, even the slow ones.
If you feel like you are starting over, that is okay. Starting over is still progress. It means you are trying, and trying means you care.
We are proud of you for that. Truly.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for growing with us.
This has been an amazing episode. A deep one, a helpful one, and hopefully a motivating one.
We appreciate you. Keep showing up. Keep taking small steps. Keep believing in your path.
This is Alex.
And Jamie. See you
See
next
you next
time.
time.